That was the scariest thing that I have done in a while. I'm so nervous. I didn't even know that I would need stitches for this. This video took quite a turn. Hi guys, I really don't know how to introduce this video. All that I can really say is, as you can tell by the title, today's video is going to be all about taking control of my health, my mental health, my physical health, and a diagnosis that I got almost a year ago, kind of doing like an update on that because there are a ton of new people on my channel and a lot of people have asked in those old videos of my diagnosis to do an update video on some things. This video is going to be taking control of my health and really promoting the fact that if you think something is wrong, if you need help with something, don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to go get something looked at or checked out. Don't be afraid to really take control of your body and your health and do what's best for you. Last week, as you may have heard on my podcast or Instagram, I had a complete mental breakdown, OCD, panic, anxiety attack over the tiniest thing, an Instagram post. And a few days later, I had another anxiety attack over an OnlyFans post. Not because there was anything wrong with these posts, and it's actually really hard for me to describe or figure out why I freaked out over them, and the only thing that I can really come to the conclusion is that I'm stressed, and I might be pushing myself to be better and better with each post, which is adding on a lot of pressure personally. After 3 years of not doing this, I made the decision to reach out to my therapist and start going back to therapy. I really think this is long overdue, and I am the first person to advocate for therapy and mental health and seeking a professional to get some help. And as you may know, because I've mentioned it here and there, I've been in therapy from ages 12 to about 2021. So this is really the first couple of years in my life since I was 12 years old where I wasn't seeing a therapist to help me through some issues, and I really felt like I was in control. I felt like I could handle it. I love my jobs so much, every single part of it. As the workload increased, so did the stress, so did the time management, so did trying to balance a life outside of my work when your work is your life. How do you find time to just be you, like not online? It's gonna be really great to finally learn some techniques and help myself really manage all of this. In today's video, we are going to go back to therapy for the first time, and you guys are coming along for that journey. We're gonna go to the doctors and get a mole checked out, get that removed, because I've gotten moles removed in the past. Skin cancer runs in my family. I'm at a higher risk than others for skin cancer, and I've had some scares these last couple of months with moles that hurt, bled, cut open. This is probably the scariest thing that we are going to do in this video, but I know that I need to take control of my health and see a professional and just rip off the band-aid and rip off the skin. Lastly, we are going to do an update on my PCOS diagnosis, because if you've been watching my channel since last December, you may know that last December I was diagnosed with PCOS. I've learned more things about it, and I want to give you an update on how that is going. That's the video. I hope that you'll enjoy. I am nervous, scared, excited, just ready to do everything I mentioned in this video, so fingers crossed it all goes well. Definitely give this video a thumbs up, comment down below, and make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you turn on the bell, because I always shout out the first comment on my social media, so be sure to be following me on Instagram and Snapchat and all of that. Let's get started. It's the evening of my first therapy appointment in over 3 years. Not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous. I'm realizing that I'm pushing myself really far. So that night when I kind of had that anxiety attack on Instagram over an Instagram post because I felt like it wasn't not good enough, but I went against my plan and I acted impulsively with a post. I am the type of person that likes a plan, sticks to a plan. If we do something that's not part of the plan, I freak out a little bit. So after that happened on Instagram that night, I reached out to my therapist, who I saw since I was like 17 years old to a couple years ago, and I'm 25 now, so she knows everything. I feel very, very comfortable with her. She's literally watched me grow up. She's taught me so much, and I really trust her as a professional. I reached out to her for the first time in 3 years. We set up a video call for this evening at 7. I don't know why I'm nervous. I've never been nervous for therapy before. I'm excited to talk to her and just fill her in on what's going on, because even though that is the main reason I reached out, was like managing my stress, balancing my workload, and trying not to push myself over the edge, there are still a few other things that I'm excited to work on with her. The second thing being grief. No one recently has died, and I talk a lot about this in my podcast, but for reasons that are super difficult to explain, and I feel like I mentioned most of it in my podcast, so I just want to keep referencing that because it's like an hour and a half long episode on there. I feel like I could work on some stuff regarding grief in my family. The third thing just being it's going to be really nice to just vent to somebody that is neutral in the situation that I can go to and is being paid to listen to me, basically, just because there's so much in my life that not many people are able to understand or want to listen to. What I do is very, very unique. The stress that I put on myself might not seem stressful to somebody else. It might seem glorified. I understand how blessed I am to live the life that I do, and I just want to like stay in that mindset. I don't want to become that influencer with a breakdown. Seeking out therapy, even if you don't feel like you need it at that moment. I've gone through so many times in my life where it's like, oh, I totally could, but I'm okay. I'm gonna be fine. Like, I don't really need to, where you feel like you're not mentally in that place where you need to seek help. It's very common for people to wait until they're in a really, really dark place before reaching out, because then they feel like it's validated to reach out. But I'm totally advocating for not needing to be in that dark place to seek mental health. Yes, I had a panic, anxiety, OCD attack, one of the worst ones that I've had in years, last Monday. But that aside, I've known for a couple months now that I've probably needed to see a therapist for a while. It just kind of took that tipping point, but I'm totally advocating for it being okay and acceptable to reach out. Like I mentioned, I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow for a mole that kind of fell off today, so I'm really freaking out about that. Now I just might ask them to remove the skin around it, and just like fingers crossed nothing is bad. This also took a lot of courage because I'm totally afraid of the pain. I've gotten moles removed in the past. I've always kind of been in that mindset where it's fine, you're so young, nothing's wrong, don't waste your money. Really pushing myself to see this doctor because I am terrified. Put the pain and payment aside. I know that it is important to take care of myself and my health, so that's why I'm going, that's why I'm documenting it. Wish me luck. We just finished my therapy session about half an hour ago. It went really well. As soon as we connected on the video chat, all my nerves just like completely dissipated. I feel like we're gonna come up with a pretty good plan to kind of help manage my workload and stress and everything that I put on myself. And one of the first things that she said is, it sounds like you need an assistant, which sounds crazy, but it's not that uncommon for people that do what I do to have one. So who knows? I just need to figure out like what type of things I can let an assistant do, because I'm very, very controlling and like to do everything myself, and I take pride and joy in that. But I feel so much better than I did a week ago. So moral of the story is, don't be afraid to reach out when you think you need help, because I feel so much better now. If I can make time to schedule a therapy session, then I can make time to take care of myself and take a break from work and just be a better managed human. Tomorrow is my doctor's appointment for my mole removal, so I guess we're just gonna check in then. I'm pretty scared for that, but it's gonna feel so good once this week is over and I can give you a health update, and just knowing that I took care of myself is going to make it all worth it. So I'm gonna check in then. It's the next day. I just parked. I made it to the doctor's. I'm a little nervous because I know I'm about to get my skin scraped, which is never fun, and I'm worried about the pain. You gotta do what you gotta do to take care of yourself, and that's why I'm making this video. I almost didn't go to this appointment today because like the thing that was bothering me last week when I made this isn't bothering me anymore. In fact, it like fell off, to be vague. So I told my mom that, and she was like, no, you still have to go, because I guess one time she got a mole removed that was cancerous and they cut it off like before it started to spread, but she said it was a really close call. So I'm doing this for that. Fingers crossed it goes well. I'll keep you posted. They put me on my stomach. I was in there for over an hour. That was the scariest thing that I have done in a while, and it feels so good that I finally did it and got it over with, and knowing that I'm taking care of myself and hopefully preventing something worse. But oh my god, that was so scary. I should probably sanitize my hands. It was really hard to keep you updated while we were in the doctor's office because it was so quiet and I was on my phone, but I didn't want people to know I was talking to myself. I went in, I explained what was going on with the moles on my back and how one of them like basically fell off and was causing me pain and not really being the best type of mole that you want to have. Since skin cancer runs in my family, I am very, very careful. So I went and I got the mole that like fell off. We got like the skin around it chopped up here, and then there was another mole that was bothering me about a month ago down here, and I got those both removed. I can't believe I was so scared. I think I forgot how easy it was because you get into your head about the actual procedure. The worst part was the anesthesia shots that they put into my back, and you can kind of feel the skin around it. So when she was getting ready to actually remove it, I could feel that, and I was like, are we sure that it's working. But then of course, you know, I didn't actually feel it, thank God. I'm gonna go home and take some Tylenol because in a few hours when this anesthesia wears off, it might be really sore and painful there. Fingers crossed it comes back healthy and good and I don't have to come back for more, or God forbid anything worse, you know. But I'm really glad that I went in, did something that scares me, that's good for me to take good care of myself. Hi guys, I keep forgetting to update you, but I did hear back from the doctors about the results of my biopsy. I mean, if you listen to my podcast, you already know this, but I got my results back on the moles that they removed, and unfortunately they came back abnormal or atypical. We don't really know anything more about what this means. It could be a plethora of not so great things, or it could be nothing, you know. All it means is that the skin in that area is changing and it's not supposed to look the way that it looks. I've been sitting on this news for about 2 weeks since the footage that you saw of me getting them removed. This video took quite a turn. I thought this video was going to be such a different type of video and more of an upbeat, positive, advocating type of video and giving you updates on my own health, but you know, with the results coming back like this, the video is going to focus on what's been going on. You know, the weight of this has just been causing such worry, stress, and anxiety these last 2 weeks because they couldn't get me in for a follow-up incision. They referred to it as like a surgery, but I really don't think it's that serious. Yeah, because of COVID, they couldn't get me in for the longest time. I've just been sitting on this news for 2 weeks, but tomorrow is the day. They called me at the gym a couple weeks ago saying that they found 2 time slots, either 8 a.m. or 11 a.m. on Friday, and I swore I had another appointment on Friday, so I said 8 a.m. Turns out I don't, but you know what? We're gonna stick with the 8 a.m. appointment because I'm gonna bite the frog, as they said in Orange is the New Black. But also I think they quoted another book in that. So I don't know where that phrase originates from, but if you're unfamiliar, it basically just means that you're doing the thing that you're not looking forward to the most in the beginning of your day to get it over with. So we are going to do just that tomorrow. I guess on the bright side, I'm just really glad that I did make that appointment when I did and got those moles removed, because who knows what would have happened if I let it sit. They're basically just going to do what they did last time, shoot me up with some anesthesia shots, except this time they are cutting a really big chunk of my skin to make sure that they get all of the changing area, and then they're going to test it for cancer, melanoma, all of that fun stuff. When they were making this appointment though, the person on the phone told me that they were hoping to use dissolvable stitches so that I don't have to try to squeeze in another appointment in a couple of weeks to get my stitches removed. I didn't even know that I would need stitches for this. So that's a little nerve-wracking. The pain, I'm sure, you know, with anesthesia it's gonna be fine, but I don't really like the idea of being awake and them doing something that requires stitches afterwards. I'm gonna try to go to bed early tonight. It's 8 p.m. I'm gonna watch Love Island, try to relax, go to bed, and you know what? Before I know it, like tomorrow at this time, it's gonna be over. It's gonna be done. I have to do this. It's scary, but it's gonna be just fine. I have to keep telling myself that it'll all be okay. Officially left-handed for the next 2 weeks because the stitches and the huge incision, they called it a surgery again, which freaks me out because I was awake for it. It's on my right shoulder blade, so I can't really move my right arm without irritating the wound, the stitches. I didn't really feel much. I felt the pressure. I felt the stitches as they were sewing through my skin, but I couldn't feel the pain. I could just like feel the thread and needle. It was really, really weird. My doctor kind of explained the procedure before she did it, and they numbed me 3 times with anesthesia in different areas. She said they went all the way down to the fat of my skin. She held it up and it was like deep cut. They take the sample and then she said she gave me 3 stitches underneath the skin, and then they do kind of like a seam on top, like on jeans, you know, where it's just like threading back and forth to hold everything in place on top. Luckily I was pretty numbed up. It was just really nerve-wracking and scary, and now I just have to wait to hear back about my results. Moral of the story is, if you think something's wrong, get it checked out. Even if it hurts and it, you know, this isn't what I wanted to do on my Friday morning, I had to take care of myself. I had to do it. Better to be safe than sorry. I'm gonna treat myself to some Starbucks today and try to have a good Friday. My shirt is like half off right now, but I'm about to clean the area for the first time and I'm so afraid to look at it. This is what it looks like. I mean, if you follow me on Instagram, you probably have seen it. I have to wash it with soap and water right now and I'm really afraid to do that. Not even going to lie, I have been trying all day to take off the bandage and clean it, but I'm so afraid of it. I feel like I'm going to feel more in pain once I see it. I actually texted someone to come over and hold me accountable for that, and he's going to help me. It really, really hurts. The pain is absolutely unbearable. Could not sleep last night because I had to sleep on my stomach and not put anything on my back. Oh, I also took a shower like this today so that I wouldn't get my back wet. It was really hard. Hopefully this is just the worst of it and it will start to heal, and I need to start putting a new bandage on it and putting Vaseline on it. Hopefully the next time you see me, I have good news to share with you about my test results. A week after I got my skin sample incision, I did get a call from my doctor just to confirm that they did remove everything that was abnormal in that area down to like the fat, and confirmed that it was just a severely abnormal mole and nothing else. So I'm in the clear. Thank God. Thank you to everyone that kind of knew what was going on and sent in prayers and positive thoughts, because it did really help me in my anxiety. I feel so lucky because oftentimes things like that go unnoticed can turn into something worse that could have become cancerous or turned into something more severe, but we got it in time. So just really goes to show that when you think something is wrong, go get it checked out, trust your gut, remove that mole, take care of yourself, advocate for your health. I'm really grateful that I'm okay. The recovery process after a week or so has been a lot better. It definitely is a longer recovery process than other areas where I've had stitches before, just because it's 2 layers of stitches. It's really deep, it hurts. I'm sure this is repetitive at this point. Just wanted to end the video and let you guys know that I am okay. I'm going in at the end of September for a full skin check, and I literally just want to tell the doctor to cut off as many moles as she can, because I would rather remove every single mole that I have right now and have it come back normal than wait and have it come back abnormal and have to go through this process again, because it was a lot. This is your reminder to go get your skin checked out if you were ever concerned. And like I said, I think I will just make a separate video on my PCOS journey, because I thought that would be a good fit for this health video and it took quite a turn. Stay tuned, because next week's video is super exciting. The week after that is a video that I cannot wait to share with you, and then the following week will be an OnlyFans video as well. A lot of exciting things are happening on this channel. Make sure that you are subscribed, follow me over on Instagram, and I will see you guys next Thursday with my new video. Bye! I was so hurt and upset that I never gave him another chance.